Did you know that most of your food is shipped 1,500 miles before it gets to your local store? For this project, we're going to show you how to make a hydraulic propagator so that you can grow your own sustainable food just like the professionals. Propagators allow us to create the ideal growing conditions for seeds and young plants to give them the best possible chance to survive. By raising and lowering the lid, we can control the temperature. This see-through lid allows the sun's rays to warm up the soil while also trapping in the warm air. Secondly, any water that evaporates from the soil as it warms up collects or condenses on the lid before dropping back into the soil and keeping it moist for the new seeds. To allow us to precisely control the temperature and moisture contained in the propagator, we are using a hydraulic system. The word hydraulic comes from the two Greek words hydro and aulos, meaning water pipe. And in the 18th century, engineers discovered that machines could be powered by water. Because the water is sealed in the system, by pushing or pulling on one of the pistons, we are able to move the other one. Today, hydraulic systems are used for jobs across the world to lift heavy loads. The most obvious example is its use in large diggers and trucks, but they're also used in many assembly lines and even bomb disposal. For this challenge, you will need the following items, and a full list of these is available on our website. The project should take around 1 to 2 hours to complete, and there are a couple of extra challenges you might want to try to customise and personalise your invention. You can find out more about the science behind hydraulics, step-by-step instructions, and a quiz to test your knowledge in our accompanying worksheet. But for now, let's get started. First, we're going to take a 2-litre bottle of water and draw out where we're going to cut our lid. Using a skewer or something sharp, make a hole in the bottle at the corner. Then, using a pair of scissors, cut along the lines as shown, making sure to leave it connected at the back so your lid can hinge. Test out the lid by lifting it up and down, and if you need to, you can make small adjustments again with your scissors. Now it's time to make the holes for the wooden dowels. These will allow us to hold our hydraulic system in place and also give a little extra support to the structure. The two at the back need to be the width of the syringe, and then at the top, this is where we're going to attach the plunger of the syringe to our lid. Make sure you make the holes on both sides of the bottle. At the front and the back of the bottle, we're going to add a couple more holes just to give it that extra bit of support, as we found that by cutting the bottle, the lid was sometimes a bit flimsy. To make the holes in your bottle, place it on a sponge or a cloth and hold it firmly with one hand. Then, taking a skewer or something sharp, push directly down into the sponge. You may want to ask an adult for help with this. So that we can see the water in action, we've put a little bit of green food dye in, but don't worry if you don't have any. You can miss this step. To get the water into the system, attach one end of the tubing to one of the syringes. Then, place the other end of the tubing into a bowl of water and pull on the plunger of the syringe. You may need to do this a couple of times to get rid of all of the air bubbles. Once the tube and the syringe are full of water, then you can add the other syringe. Now it's time to add our hydraulic system to the propagator. First, take off the lid of the bottle and slide the first syringe through. Then we're going to use our wooden dowels to hold it in place. Slide the wooden dowels through the bottle and then use 2 zip ties to hold them in place. Try to make the zip ties firm but not too tight, as you want the whole system to be able to move. Once you've attached all the zip ties, trim them off to make it look neat. We can then add the wooden dowels to the lid to give it that extra structural integrity. From here, we're going to add some feet to allow the propagator to be more stable. We use 2 bunches of wooden dowels and wrap them together using rubber bands. But if you don't have these, be inventive, see what else you have around the kitchen. Now that we've made our propagator, it's time to add the soil. You may want to take your propagator to the sink to minimise any extra mess. For our project, we're using tomato seeds, as we had a few extra tomatoes left over in the fridge. However, these propagators work for all kinds of seeds, So if you want to grow something else, have a look online and find out their ideal growing conditions. For tomatoes, we covered them with 1.5 centimetres of extra soil, and finally gave them a good watering. And there you have it, your very first hydraulic propagator. All you need to do now is find somewhere with good sunlight to help your seeds germinate and grow. To find out more, and for other STEM at Home projects, go to imeche.org/STEM at Home.